Well, here it is, Christmas Eve, and you are still looking for the perfect holiday gift for the person in your life who has everything. So, how about a dinosaur? Dead, of course. Fossil collector Alan Detrich claims to possess the largest, most complete Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton known to man. That is, after Sue, the mother of all T-Rexes, who sold at auction at Sotheby's last year for more than $8 million. Detrich calls his T-Rex Z, and he's looking for a buyer. He hopes to begin taking bids for Z soon on the internet auction site eBay. This morning, Alan Detrich joins us from CBS affiliate KWCH in Wichita to tell us more about Z and why he wants to sell Z to the highest bidder. Good morning, Alan. Welcome up to the minute.
Good morning.
Give me the update right now. How did you find Z, first off?
I've been interested in collecting the unusual all my life. The last 30 years, I've been hunting fossils, and it wasn't up until the last 10 years that I realized that Tyrannosaurus Rex could be found in South Dakota. With the fact that Sue, the beautiful specimen that sold in New York, was found there. So naturally, being a good hunter, you're going to hunt in areas that you found that other Tyrannosaurus Rexes have been found in. So we hunted South Dakota.
We are looking right now at some of the tape of the excavation work being done. I understand Z is not up and running like we'd expect to see a skeleton in a museum. It's still pretty much encased in rock?
Well, if you can just imagine, right now, Sue is being prepared in the Chicago Field Museum, and the amount of revenue that's already been generated is over $14 million in terms of admission and just people coming in to watch it being prepared. And we feel like if we'd prepare this specimen right now, that would be losing some of its value, because a lot of people want to see an animal from the ground up, from the time the thing is found in the ground until the thing is actually mounted in the museum. You know, we're talking about something that's going to last for the next millennium, and it's going to belong to the children. We don't really own anything. We just get to keep it for the next generation.
You say belong to the children, yet at the same time, if it goes up for auction, really some private buyer could come along and take Z away. Does that bother you at all?
Well, you got to imagine, if a private buyer would buy it, he's a human being, and human beings don't last long on planet Earth. And sooner or later, that animal is going to end up in a museum. I have no qualms about somebody with enough money buying this animal, because, in fact, I just as soon a billionaire, buy this, because he can afford to prepare this and protect this animal better than anyone else. Mm-hmm. A billionaire is going to protect this thing. He's going to want this thing to live on forever and ever, because one of the things that you receive by buying a Tyrannosaurus Rex is you receive a bit of the immortality that's going to last with that T-Rex.
Well, you've received some of the immortality yourself already by finding Z. Why not just go ahead and donate it to science or donate it to a museum yourself?
I'd love to. If there wasn't so many people that are in need, like the United States government gets 58, 59% of what we sell this for, and there's a rancher, of course, that he would object to me making a gift that's something that belonged partially to him. He's getting a percentage of this sale, and I have a partner, Fred Nuss, and his wife, Candy Williams, and my brother, Robert Detrich. I think...
expenses, basically.
Expenses, absolutely. If you count the amount of money that this is going to make in terms of after expenses, it's going to be minuscule in terms of what they pay baseball players, $100 million to play ball. They pay $80 million for oil paintings. With that kind of money for something that's going to... Pictures are going to last, what, 10, 15 years tops? This thing's going to last until the end of time. We think something with that kind of income potential should generate multi-million.
Let's talk about the auction a little bit. I know it was delayed. It's not going to be for the holidays anymore, but it is coming up within the month. Is eBay working with you well to get the word out? And do you think they kind of backed off when they heard 10, 12, 15 mil?
No, I don't think it was that at all. I think what they thought was this is an opportunity for them also. eBay is a fantastic company that has got over 1 million people on the website working and buying and selling daily. I think they've already had over 10 million sales on that eBay site. What they're wanting to do more than anything else is they're wanting to get full exposure, global exposure. This animal roamed the earth 65 million years ago, 40 foot tall, 5.5 foot skull with 13-inch teeth, that was going to live forever and ever in a museum until we're as dead as Julius Caesar.
You brought up the size factor here. There is another group that owns Sue, the other Tyrannosaurus. It says Sue is bigger. Now, we know apparently that females were bigger than males, but we don't know what Sue is. So you're billing this as the largest, but we really aren't sure. Try and clear that for me.
Okay, very simply, we have the best skull, and I'd say the animal with the best skull is the best dinosaur. If you have a dinosaur that doesn't have a skull, you have nothing. But if you have a skull and don't have the rest of the animal, you still have something of great value. We have the most perfect skull. If you can see by the photos that we'll have available for the people that are interested, we have the most perfect skull ever unearthed. And in that skull, there's a bone called the ethnoid bone. It's a gnarly position on the top of the very skull, right back behind the premaxillary. You can tell by the gnarly that this is a male. The other facet of Tyrannosaurus rex, the females had a birth canal. And that birth canal consisted of a shorter chevron, and that's the parts of the vertebrae that came from the bottom of the tail or the caudal vertebrae.
Okay. Yeah,
and that's how you can tell female. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Paleontologists are following you. A lot of people are getting lost right now. Give me an update on where Z is currently. You said he's being taken care of.
Z is being protected here in Kansas. This is the land of Oz, as you know. And we have a hangar-type building that it's protected in.
Was there a baby that you unearthed as well? Was that from the same area?
There was part of a baby that was found very close to the specimen. But in order to be a specimen, you must have 20%. There are not 21 specimens in the world of Tyrannosaurus rex, as you will read. There are less than 5 to 6 that are 20 to 30%. The other specimens have been puffed up. They've been, like all good things, we want them to be bigger and better. But we have the evidence. We have Dr. Dale Russell, the noted paleontologist from North Carolina State University, who's appraised this animal. And we have the appraisal available for anyone interested also.
Okay, before we let you go, Alan, we talked about the price being anywhere from $12 million up. What's the asking price on the internet when the auction does start for those people who might not quite have
what we'd like to do, Rick, more than anything else, is we'd like to start this where Sue left off. If we've got the best skull, we got the best dinosaur. And if we got the best dinosaur, we feel like we ought to start this at 8.37, since Sue's price was 8.36.
Okay, we'll have to leave it there. Alan Detrich, thanks so much for joining us. We may be talking with you in the very near future.
Happy holidays.